The cold wind blew through the busy city streets as a frail woman stood on the sidewalk, holding her shivering child close. Her clothes were worn, her face pale with exhaustion. "Please, my son is hungry," she whispered to strangers passing by. But no one stopped. A businessman glanced at her and muttered, "Get a job." A woman in a fur coat scoffed, "Another scammer." The mother tightened her grip on her child, her eyes welling up. The little boy tugged at her sleeve. "Mama, I'm hungry." Her heart ached. Just then, a man in a fancy suit stepped out of a restaurant, shaking his head in disgust. "You people are ruining this city," he said loudly. The mother flinched. "Sir, I just need some food for my son." The man smirked. "Not my problem." He turned to walk away, until a deep voice stopped him in his tracks. "It is now." The crowd turned, eyes widening as Clint Eastwood stepped forward. The rich man frowned. "And who do you think you are?" Clint didn't blink. "Someone who doesn't turn his back on people in need." The crowd murmured. The mother gasped, recognizing the legendary actor. The rich man chuckled, trying to brush it off. "Look, I work hard for my money. Why should I give it to someone who didn't plan for their life?" Clint's gaze hardened. "You ever been hungry? Ever had to beg for food?" The rich man scoffed. "Of course not." Clint took a step closer. "Then you don't know what it feels like." The rich man hesitated, looking around uncomfortably. "I don't owe her anything." Clint nodded. "You don't. But being human means doing what's right." He turned to the mother and knelt down, his voice softer. "What's your name?" Tears filled the woman's eyes. "Anna, sir. And this is my son, Jake." Clint smiled at the little boy. "Hey, kid. You like burgers?" The boy nodded shyly. Clint stood up. "Then let's get you some food." The crowd watched in silence as Clint led them inside the restaurant. The manager rushed over. "Sir, we have a dress code," Clint cut him off with a sharp glare. "You serve food, right?" The manager gulped. "Why yes." Clint pointed at Anna and Jake. "Then bring them whatever they want." The manager nodded and hurried away. The rich man from outside stepped in, shaking his head. "Feeding them won't change anything." Clint smirked. "You're right. But it'll change today." Anna wiped her tears as plates of food were placed in front of them. Jake's eyes lit up as he took his first bite. "Thank you, mister." Clint chuckled. "Anytime, kid." The rich man sighed. "Fine. Maybe I was wrong." Clint raised an eyebrow. "Maybe?" The rich man groaned, pulling out his wallet. He tossed a few $100 bills on the table. "Here. Do something useful with it." Anna gasped. I don't know what to say." Clint patted her shoulder. "Say you won't give up." But he wasn't done yet. Clint turned to the restaurant full of people watching. "How many of you walked past her today?" The room fell silent. People shifted uncomfortably. "You don't have to be rich to help. Kindness costs nothing." A woman in a business suit stood up. "I own a bakery nearby. Anna, if you ever need food, it's yours." A man in construction gear added, "I can get you a job, if you're willing." Anna clutched her chest, overwhelmed. I don't know how to thank you all." The rich man sighed. "Look, I misjudged you. I was wrong." Clint nodded. "Takes a real man to admit that." The rich man took a deep breath and turned to Anna. "If you need help getting back on your feet, I have connections." Anna smiled, tears in her eyes. "Thank you." Clint smirked. "That's more like it." But he had one last thing to do. Clint pulled out a piece of paper and handed it to Anna. That's my number. If you ever need help, you call. Anna's hands shook as she took it. I will never forget this. Clint tipped his hat. Good. As he walked toward the exit, Jake ran after him and hugged his leg. You're a hero. Clint ruffled the boy's hair. Just an old cowboy who hates seeing good people struggle. As he walked out, the restaurant buzzed with energy. People were smiling, offering help, and promising to do better. Anna sat there, her heart lighter than it had been in years. A little kindness had changed everything. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Asterisk.